Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to the very first live backstory, where it has been about 2.5, maybe 3 months, and I've been talking to a lot of people on YouTube, the comic-based YouTubers, enthusiastic people, and I've been asking them and getting into their heads and learning about their lives through comics. But now, as this is the 11th episode of Backstory, and it'll be the last one for a while. But I want to give everyone a chance to come on and ask me some questions. I have seen in the comments, I'll go through that in a minute, some people want to roast me, and I'm a little bit nervous about that, but hopefully everything will be great and it'll be fine. If anyone wants to join in and ask me a question, I do have someone lined up first. But if anyone wants to join in and ask me a question, you can find the link in the description. I'll also put it in the comments as well if anyone wants to join. Let's do that now. Great. So that's sent on. So if anyone wants to join in, do join and queue up basically to ask a question. Questions be whatever you want, but we can we'll have to limit it to about 10-15 minutes just to give everyone a bit of a chance, and I won't be here until 1 o'clock in the morning. But let's have a look who's here, who's joining in so far. So we got Charlie from Geeky Guy Comics. How you doing, mate? We've got Tom from This Month in Movies, Eating All Time to Roast Scott Shelf. That's going to be interesting. Shane from Dawn of Comics. Hi guys and gals, how you doing, mate? Liam's here. Hello everyone. And we've got Phil, Comics Gaming Figures. Hey, how you doing? It's nice to see everyone here, and it's nice to see that everyone is up for it. I don't know if it's for the same reasons as me, but we'll see. But I've got someone lined up initially so we can get the ball rolling, so I'm not just sitting here for 10 minutes. And we will kick things off with my good buddy and a co-host of the Nerd Herd on Wednesdays. It is Dino. How you doing, mate?
Shemai.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm excited yet apprehensive. That's how I'm feeling.
Rightly so. Yeah, it's scary.
Yes. Okay. Usually, I kind of introduce a whole little thing, but now I'm a bit lost because I'm putting the ball in your court.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you want to start things?
Why should I just get straight in and ask you my question? I've got a good lead-in question. So
have you? Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's just go.
We all know you're fairly new to comic collecting and that world.
Yes.
Right. So my question to you is, why did you start, and why did you start when you did?
Okay. There's two sections to this, right? So, right, are you asking why did I start? Like, where did my interest in comics start, and then why did I start really getting the ball rolling and collecting?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. Okay. There are quite a few jumping points to this. So I've always been interested in comics. I have a friend, and we've been friends for maybe about 20 years, maybe a bit more. And his dad has always been really interested and has always subscribed and collected Spider-Man comics. So it was that kind of thing, like, oh, okay, this is comics and these are what they are. And he was really interested in them, and he knew a lot about Spider-Man through his dad and through him reading his old comics from his dad. So, I've said on episodes before that I've always found it daunting with stuff like that, just jumping into a character that has had so much history and stuff like that. So it was just in the back of my head for a while. And then I think...
When you say a while, how long?
Years, mate. Honestly, like years, like into like mid-late teens, right? And then let's see, I do have it right. I've just shown Dean before we started this. I've got piles of comics because I have no idea what people are going to ask me. But okay, I can actually show you the first comic I ever had, and it was a gift to me on my 16th birthday. And I was a big fan of the God of War game series at the
Ah,
time. Big fan. So I've always said I was like I remember being like, oh my god, the God of War comics have come out. That'd be so cool to get it. And I had it for my 16th birthday. And this is cover B, by the way. Tom from Not Quite Mint has got cover A, and on our backstory we kind of compare. And he likes mine, and I like his, and we're going to swap.
I remember, yeah.
But yeah, but that was the first comic that I had, and then I'm a big fan of the indie kind of stuff.
I
And
do.
so how that came into fruition was Humble Bundle. Everyone know Humble Bundle? Yeah. So they also now and again they do like digital comics, don't they? So my friend Adam, he sent me this link and he goes, I know you kind of like comics, do these interest you? And I was like, yeah, man. So I looked into it, and I think I paid for the highest one, because it was like you get all these digital comics and you get a signed copy of issue 1 of Diablo House. I haven't read it. I've got it. I haven't read it. It's just signed, and I've just left it as it is. But it was that got me interested in Dave, that Humble Bundle, because Dave was in there, and there was loads of other stuff as well. But I think, Lock and Key, that was another big one that really got me into it as well. And yeah, as we went from there, I was like, okay, right, I like these digital comics. And then where did we go from there? Then it was the Flash TV show that started running. And
Is this where the superhero stuff kicks in for
yeah,
you?
and then watching the TV show, you learn a lot about the characters quite quickly anyway. So I was like, right, okay, I think I can get into this. So I was looking online, and looking at reading orders, like where to start, like can I jump in anywhere? I've told you before that I just couldn't do it, and I had to start at the very beginning. So, but what I did first, I bought 2 volumes of the Flash, which I thought were concurrent, which run after one another,
Yeah.
but I got it wrong. So I bought the Flash Rebirth, and then I bought, what was it? I think it was the New 52 Volume 1, which was Move Forward, but I just missed. I missed a bunch before it, like the road to Flashpoint and the Flashpoint run itself. So I bought them, but it took me about 4 or 5 years to actually get to reading them, because I wanted to read all the Flash stuff before it. So I downloaded loads of stuff, read loads of stuff, and it started off with the Jay Garrick Flash, and I got through it and realized it was like Monster of the Week kind of thing, and then skipped ahead to the Barry Allen stuff. Again, it was there you learn about the Rogues, and then I skipped ahead to read some of the main arcs, and such as like the death of Iris West. That was a really big one. And then you had the Wally West stuff, and before that you had the Crisis in Infinite Earth. So I wasn't just reading Flash books. I was reading everything that had the Flash as well.
Wow. That's a lot of reading.
Yeah. And then the reason why I'm collecting now is basically because of lockdown, is because of COVID-19. That's why I'm on YouTube. I was bored. I was in the house, and I always had the idea of I wanted to start a YouTube channel on something. One of the ideas that me and my partner had was we were gonna do one together about like if we could change our lifestyles to be more environmentally friendly. And can we be like zero waste, and like could we try being vegan or vegetarian? So we were going to do that, but
does that mean you'd only be collecting digital comics then?
yeah, but I'm all paper, baby. And that's pretty much how we got here. I mean, and then meeting all of you guys, you've given me ideas, and like you pointed me into certain books and stuff like that. And that's just how it's gone. I started on volumes and then went into issues then, pretty much.
So So yeah, you kind of backwards to me then, because I started on issues, and like these days now, I'm more about kind of volumes and the complete stories and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Well, go on.
I was going to say, so that's kind of like the opposite to me. It's kind of like the
Mm,
older that I've got, the more I kind of invest in volumes and stuff now.
yeah. Well, for me, it was more money because I could get more issues in a volume
Yeah.
for less than it would cost to
Mm,
pay for each issue. So
yeah.
that's how it was. It got and then like I never understood the whole. Oh my god! Look at all these variant covers that I've got, and now I'm collecting variant covers. Not for loads, only for like we only find them when they're dead and 7 secrets. But I get it now. But I'm trying to be really selective.
It's
But it's
how it
gonna
starts,
snowball.
Scott. It's
It's
how
gonna
it
snowball.
starts.
Definitely, definitely.
You're going to need a bigger shelf, mate.
I know. I have prepared. Like I've got all that. It's all pretty much empty. Let's try and get that.
Yeah.
So you can see it all.
Anticipating.
I know. I am preparing. Yeah. But yeah. How was that? Does that answer your question?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you
Great,
very
man.
much. Yeah.
Thank you. There's actually quite a few people lined up in the queue now. I'm really happy with that. So if you don't mind, I'm
Go on.
gonna
Chuck me off.
move
Get
on.
someone else in.
I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm gonna move on. Thank you so much, Dean.
I will see
I
you
hope
tomorrow. Oh, Jesus. Throwing my glasses around here.
I hope you stick around and join in
Yeah,
the
I'll be
comments.
around.
Great,
Yeah.
man. All right, I'll chat to you in a bit.
All right, buddy.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good one. Let's see who we got next. So next up, this is literally first come, first serve. So the next person to join is Shane from Dawn of Comics. So here he is. How you doing, mate?
Hello, you all right?
I'm good, mate. You were my first backstory, so I'm really happy that you've come on to
So long
bring it
ago.
full circle. It was ages ago. It was just an idea at the time, wasn't it? We were just playing around, and then it wasn't like a weekly thing, was it? It was just like I'll do it now, and then I did, and I spoke to Phil the week after, and then
And it just snowballed. Everyone just wanted to jump on and come on and chat with you.
Yeah, and here you are. Sorry, I just want to go through the comments before we start. Nice little cheeky one here from Perpetual. He's inside Scott's backstage. Oi, oi. And who else we got? Oh, we got Liam here, and he says that he's now got me. It's now me that's got him into collecting variants. It was his birthday a few weeks ago, and he only collects volumes. But I managed to buy him some Stranger Things variants and some Transformers Back to the Future crossover. I got him some of those covers as well. But yeah, that's cool. So, what's going on, man? What can I do for you?
You can answer my question.
Ooh,
honestly, otherwise don't bother.
I'll try my best. I know you are a bit savage sometimes, but I'll try my best.
I'm just wondering now, since you've been collecting comics for a while, I know it's not like a long time, but are there any grails you're sort of looking at or looking for?
Looking for? That is... There have been some runs I've wanted to complete in terms of like older stuff I've got, like, you know, like the God of War. So I would love... There's only 6 issues. I would love to get all 6.
Is that doable? Are they stupidly priced, or?
I think they're like okay. You know, they're not cover price, but they're not stupid money. You know, there was also a run I was always interested in collecting because I was a big fan of the Uncharted games on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, and I learned, like, it was only like a couple months ago where I learned that they released a couple issues, and I looked it up, found it on eBay, and that was going for stupid money. That was going for like I think it was like a few £100 just for issue 1, and it was like a variant of it as well. I think it was a low run as well.
That's the problem. Yeah, you get comics based on certain things, like if they're not really well known, they only do a few thousand, and people just buy doubles just to sell for stupid money.
I know, but that's the way it is, isn't it? But I think there aren't really any grails I'm looking out for because you get the people who are always after Amazing Spider-Man 300, and and those kind of things. You've always got
I
people
think that's
like,
more of a key though, like less key, more grail. Like, is
hmm,
there just a comic or a cover that you're after? Like, mine was recently I got Catwoman 51, which is the Adam Hughes variant, and it's not a key issue. It's just because it's Adam Hughes cover. So that was one of mine. So I'm wondering if there's like, is there a Flash cover or a variant or a comic that you really want?
no, there's not. The thing
You're
is,
so lucky.
the thing is, I'm just like, as you said, I'm new to this, and I've only been really collecting since like March, April, and um, I've I've got what I want. Like I'm looking at getting, you know, I'm looking for the stories. I'm looking for just things that are interesting me. I think I was talking to Phil a few weeks ago on WhatsApp or something, and it was like he wants to go on this journey of like frugality, and because he shows me how many books he has like subscribed, and he's like, I think he's spending like 80 quid a week. You know what I mean? And it's like it's silly money, and I'm like, you've got to buy what you like, not what is popular. And I think that's the way I'm looking at it at the moment. And I know you've got
Can we
8,000
switch
books.
brains, please?
Because you put your Instagram little video up the other day, didn't you, of that massive haul that you had, and it was huge. And you don't have to say how much you spent, but it
Too
was
much.
it was a big chunk of money.
Yeah.
And
I just want to. Yeah, I wish I was like you. I wish I could just be completely content with
yeah,
just a handful. But the problem is, I've started collecting, haven't I? So I can't stop a series
know.
because then it won't be complete because I'm that person.
I know. That's okay. That's totally fine. But
But
yeah,
when you do,
like,
when you do get to the Grail part, I desperately want to know what kind of book you'll be
okay.
wanting.
Well, there were some things I was interested in getting, but I got them pretty much straight away.
Show
Like
off.
for instance, I got the connecting covers for Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers #1. So I was really happy with that. And Phil, being the legend that he is, it's in this pile. I've got like 4 piles on the desk right now because I don't know when anyone's going to ask me.
Do you remember
Phil,
when you didn't have that many comics?
no, literally all of my comics are on my desk right now. But Phil, from his comic store, because he was selling them at cover price, he got me the foil of Power Rangers 1, the foil of Mighty Morphin 1, and the foil of Something is Killing the Children 1.
Cover price. What comic store is he going to?
Coffee and Comics, I think it's called.
Wow.
Yeah. So I sent him some money. He pinged them over to me, and so like, I'm just, yeah, Coffee and Heroes. That's the one. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Thank you. But yeah,
Completely content with your haul each week.
I'm happy. Like, I don't know about you, but I've got on my subscription list, I've got 9 books, and I think 2 of them I've asked for like also the variant, and that's it.
You're
So
getting it. Yeah, that's all right.
so per month,
That'll start going up, and then you'll have the variant for 3,
I
then
know.
4. Then you might as well have the variant
Yeah.
for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're
so
getting
per
there.
month, I'm getting about 11 books a month. But I am buying stuff on eBay and stuff like that as well. I'm like picking up little bits as well. So it comes to like 11 books a month on my subscription list. Probably add about 3 or 4 more, and then a volume or 2 as well, a trade or 2.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's how we go in. I mean, I think you can't see them, can't quite see them there. You see, those are all my volumes. That's it. But they're growing, they're getting there. But yeah, that's it. I feel like it's not the answer you wanted,
but it's the answer I got.
It's the answer you got.
What's the
And
difference?
what's the difference? But I appreciate that. It's a nice question, and I think I'll think about that. Is there anything I'm desperate to get? I've always liked the thought of getting, a proper, like a 616 cover, or something signed, like a flash comic signed, or I don't see the appeal of slabs. It looks a bit, no offense to anyone who does slab their stuff, but it's not appealing. It doesn't look great putting them up on the wall. You know what I mean? I just like a nice frame, chuck them up. To me, it does the same thing. It preserves it, it's safe, and it's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay. Are you going to
See you
stick around in the
tomorrow.
comments? Yes. See you tomorrow.
Of course, I'm going to stick around.
Cool, man.
What do you
Cool, man. Thanks a lot for coming on, and I will see you tomorrow, mate.
See you tomorrow, Scott. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that's that so far. We got a few more people left. I'm just going to go through the comments now because you guys are hammering the comments at the moment. So let's see. Have we got any new people in? So we have Perpetual. I know. Noob. The Noob is here. He has said some other stuff. Hello. Who else? Hydra Collectibles is here. How you doing, mate? And I think that's pretty much it. Yes. So hello to everyone who's joining in. Currently 11 people viewing, and that's great. But yeah, we are going to go on to the next person now. And the next person up in line is Andy. What's that?
Yo.
Scott's Shelf Appreciation Society.
Yeah, I couldn't fit it all in. I'm sorry. I did try, though. Points for trying.
Well, I'm glad I assumed it was society and not like sociopath or...
Well, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? I'm enjoying this so far. Are you?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I love the way that you're only bringing in one person at a time, just so that we don't all gang up on you and roast the hell out of you.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's going to go that way. I know that Dean and Shane had some decent questions, but now I know it's coming up to you.
Whoa.
And
So
I feel like you're going to hammer me. I feel like you're going to
not at all. I've actually thought really long and hard about a good question.
Thanks, okay,
Well, I couldn't come up with one, but...
You thought. Before we start, I just want to say, for anyone who's new and joined in here, the link is right here, and you can go and find it in the description as well if you need it, just so you can join in, and then we'll see who jumps in. But Andy, what can I do for you today?
Well, I've got a couple of questions, and I can ask 2 questions just because. So the first question is, what has the highlight of your YouTube career been so far since you started? So what's one highlight for you?
I think a highlight for me has been being involved with Ross Ritchie, the CEO of Boom, just by chatting to him. I mean, I've been chatting to him on Instagram, and he's such a lovely guy, very approachable guy, and he's shared quite a few of my stuff on his YouTube stories, and I'm hoping that I got just a couple more views and stuff like that just because of him. But he is such a nice guy, so that was really nice. Being able to connect with a person who is in charge of my favorite publisher, Seven Secrets, the Power Ranger stuff, Origins, we only find them when they're dead, Something is Killing the Children, all these things. And, I think I've got so much respect for that guy. He's now doing, Charlie did an interview with him very recently on his Killer Comic Show. And it's just, it's just a lovely guy. But in terms of actual YouTube stuff, it's gonna sound cliche, but it's literally meeting everyone. It's this it's this community, and it's like when I started, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know this could be a community, and there was this community. And the first person I met through all of this was Shane. And he met Dean,
Mhm.
and then he got me in touch with Dean, and then it all just goes from there, you know. And I think, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, all the collaborations, you know, I've been on with you on panels and pints. I've
Sorry
been
about
on. That's great. I had a great time. I got a certificate. It's fine. And Charlie's, you know, Killer Comic Show. I've been on Shane's for like a little conversation with geek people, he called it, and you know, and his quizzes and the Nerd Herd, and you know, the AOKs. Thank you very much. And you know, it's just absolutely fantastic. And you know, I can't pick, you know, one highlighting moment. It's just the whole
the sum of all
experience.
parts. Yeah, the experience that you've.
It's just been fantastic. And you know, the people that I've met and spoken to have introduced me to new books and stories, and you know, terminology that I've never heard of before. And you know, and it's just, yeah, I'm just thankful to everyone who's ever been involved with me. It's just great.
Aww.
So thank you, mate.
I told you. Stop it. Okay, moving swiftly on to my second question that kind of links in before this gets emotional for everybody. What is your plans for 2021 on YouTube?
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Segue.
Right. I'm not sure if I wanted to keep this under wraps, but I think this is a good time as any, because there's 9 whole people watching this, so it's potentially some advertising here. So, okay, I've got 2 things coming up next year. As I've said at the start of this, backstory will be stopping for a while, but that doesn't mean I'm stopping. It means that I've got new stuff coming up. Okay, so in the background at the moment, I have got a little Dungeons and Dragons session going on with Shane from Dawn of Comics, Phil from Comics, Game and Figures, and then 2 of my close friends. So the 5 of us are playing a big D&D game, and once we've recorded enough stuff, I will be bringing that out weekly in like half an hour chunks. So it's well, you helped me design the logo. It's called Sliced and Diced, or Sliced and Diced. Yeah,
I think I might have confused Martyr's a little by getting it wrong a few times and sending you examples, and you're like, no, this would be a really good logo if it was for my show.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's one thing that's coming up. So it's coming away from comics, but I'm keeping it the whole nerdy kind of nature. So that should be quite fun. And then the other thing I've got coming up is I don't know if you've asked me this question on purpose, because you're involved in the next thing, and it's Comic Airwaves, mate. It's Comic Airwaves. So a bit of background knowledge for everyone. I used to be a radio presenter, and I loved it so much. I did it before I went to uni, and I did it for a year in my master's year when I was in uni, and it's just something I've just loved. And because when I finished uni and got a proper job, I missed it very much, and I did a course, and I paid for someone to teach me in how to be a voiceover artist. And I did that for a while. I did a lot of voiceover stuff. So like, you may hear my voice on like little trailers for some apps and some little like websites. I did a children's book and stuff like that. And I just absolutely loved, like, not to sound vain, but I enjoy my voice. You know, like, I like using it.
Speaking of your voice, could you do me a favour and say Humble Bundle again?
Humble Bundle.
Say it again. Record it and send it to me.
I'll just do an ASMR for you, mate.
You're welcome, everybody.
And so Comic Airwaves is this idea that I had, and I thought I was going to struggle doing it on my own, so I asked you to help me out, and you're going to be my sidekick.
You thought I was going to help?
You're just going to sit there. That's all. But yeah,
to be honest,
going to
I've
be
just struggled.
yeah, it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be a live radio styled show with us two live talking, and there's going to be pre-recorded features in there as well. So it's going to be a thing where everyone can get involved, and
It sounds like a lot of work, Scott, to be honest. I'm
it's
having
okay.
second thoughts here.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me. We'll sort it all out. But yeah, that's what I've got coming up. So it's going to be a monthly thing. It's going to be like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Who knows how long it's going to take? But I've got loads of fun features coming up that's going to be involved in it, and yeah, it's going to be a good laugh. It's going to be a change. You know, I love doing the backstories, but I feel like sometimes it can get serious, and I want to show people the fun side of me, like what else I can do, and just how we can make comics a good laugh, you know?
Cool. No, that sounds great. That sounds perfect. Well, just to say thank you to you and having all the fun and all having the crack and stuff like that. You're a good lad, and
Thanks, man.
Looking forward to Comic Airwaves and see what that comes up with. But I'm sure you've got loads of people, and I think you've got a couple of questions in the chat as well. So make sure that you get those as well.
Yes, I do have some questions in the chat. There is quite a few. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and answer those. And thank you very much.
No bother, man. Cheers. Good luck.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Hope you stick around.
I will
see you in a bit.
Cheers.
Bye then. Okay. This is going well. Okay. I got a question here from Amy. This is my partner, by the way. She has a question. If you could create a new hero or villain, what would their name be, and what would their power be? Who would they? But oh my god, that's such a hard question. I can't just think of a hero or villain. She's put. I can't. What am I supposed to? I'll think on it and I'll come back. Hopefully, someone will help inspire me to answer that question. That's so hard. I'll come back to it. I'm sorry. I will. Anything else? Phil, we had a discussion earlier. My favorite hero is the Flash, and he was telling me that Cyborg is better, and I just can't. I fell out with him. What else? Oh, we got some really good names. Dice Roll Trekkers was I was doing a comics suggestion for the D&D. The noob suggested the Roller Boys, Vanilla Dice, Dice Baby, Dungeons and Dumbasses. These are all great. Of Dice and Men, sliding into your D&Ds or sliding into your DMs. That was another one. Dice Hard. Okay, we could go this all day. Right, I'm going to get to the next one. Okay, so next in line is Tom or should we call him the roasting of Scott Shells?
Evening, Scott. How are you, mate?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very well. Okay. Going well,
man.
buddy. You keeping it together?
Yeah, thanks.
I think you missed
well,
right in it.
say it again.
With that question. Your missus has dropped you right in it with that question.
I know that's such a tricky question. I'm gonna have to really think about that. Yeah. Okay. Right. What have you got for me?
So going back to when I did my my backstory with you, we were talking a lot about the indie books. So I want to know, what is it about the indie books that you find more appealing over the more mainstream DC and Marvel comics?
Okay, great. So to me, it seems like a lot of the same thing. Like, I know that superheroes, they all have their own personalities and stuff. But at the end of the day, when you just boil down to it, it's a good guy beating a bad guy with probably some internal turmoil going on inside. Or in the background, with a family member or a loved one or something. I'm more than happy to be proved wrong. But it's also the fact that these heroes have huge backlogs. And it's so daunting, honestly. And I don't have the money for it. I can't go and buy, either I don't have the money or I don't have the time. Because, Detective Comics, for instance, 1,000 issues, that will take me forever, and then I will miss out on the really great stuff, that the indie companies are bringing out. And the reason why I do love the indie stuff so much is because they're all relatively low runs, or they've started since I've been collecting. So, something is killing the children, 7 secrets, once in future. We only find them when they're dead. You got erratic, you've got heavy, and you've got all this stuff. And they've all started while I've been doing all this stuff. And I think it's just easy for me to get in. It's like I'm learning about these characters at the same time as everyone else.
Yeah.
And I can follow the story, and I'm not feeling that pressure, like, oh, I've got to go and read this. I've got to catch up because everyone's talking about this. Because people talk about Batman, and that sometimes I'm like, yep, and
No, I do. Yeah, I get exactly where you're from.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's
a segue question.
oh,
So
okay,
from
yeah.
Comics. What's your favorite character? And what
From
book?
indie comics,
Yeah,
favorite character.
favorite is the Flash, isn't it? So
My favorite hero is the Flash. Yes,
Yeah.
that is actually a really good question. Oh my god, everyone's proper shafting me. Right. Okay, I'm going to give you 2. Okay. I'm going to give you 2. Right.
my tactic.
Okay.
Yep.
7 secrets, and it's going to be his father. What's his father's name? I can't remember what his father's name is.
I've not read it.
I'm gonna look through it while I talk. But basically, this Casper, I think, Casper's the name of the main character, the boy in the story of 7 Secrets, and his father in this, he's not around much in the books, but he's just so relatable and just so human. And I think the way that Tom Taylor has written this character is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, his name is I don't know how to pronounce it. Sigurd, Sigurd. Sigurd. Yeah, but he's just an absolute, like, he's a badass. He won't take any shit, but he's also the most gentlest guy you'll ever meet. And that is probably one of my favorite characters. He's not in the books much, but he is. Yeah, he's so lovely, and I just enjoy him so much. But this, my other favorite character is the main character of Heavy.
Okay.
This is a book by Vault Comics. It's only got 3 issues out at the moment, and 4th one is out on tomorrow. Issue 4 is out tomorrow. But these are the variant covers. They're all like red, all red with characters like silhouetted in the background. So making sure to collect them. And again, like, I'm going to tell you, like, I'm really bad at remembering character names. So that's why I'm looking through the book right now to get his name. Bill, that's what his name is. But he's just so cool. But it's just like, it's just a lot of swearing, and Heavy is a book about Bill has died, and he has been sent to this place called the Big Wait, where he has been assigned a job as a Heavy to go through different dimensions and kill bad people. So the first issue, he goes and kills a really messed up version of Leonardo da Vinci, and it's just absolutely mental. But his creativity in killing, and his thought process, and his the reason why he is in the Big Way, and his goal is to basically ascend to heaven to meet his wife, because his wife died as well. So he's got this, there's the love interest, and that's his goal, but he's also having a good time with it as well. You know what I mean? Like he used to be a bit of a badass in life anyway, so now he's just transferring this over to death, and just going around all these different universes and multiverses and stuff, and just killing people. And it's not an in-depth read. It's not, it doesn't have the biggest character development in the world, but it's just a really fun read. And yeah, I think, I'm going to go for those. At the moment, those are my 2 favorite characters. ask me again next week, it'll probably change. But that's what I'm enjoying at the moment, and yeah, I'm having a good time. That's a really good question. I mean, a lot of these things, I haven't thought about, and yeah, thanks for that.
No problems. Thanks for having us on.
That's okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I do. I got let's see, I got 3 more people waiting at the moment, so it might be here for a while. But yeah, thanks so much. I didn't feel quite roasted there, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, I know James is coming up, so I'm just waiting for that. Yeah. It's gonna. But yeah, thanks so much, and I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, buddy.
Bye, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm enjoying this. Thanks a lot, guys. Yes, thank you. If everyone is in the chats, please smash the like button. That would be great. Who else? Have we got anyone new in here yet? I don't think so, so that's cool. Okay, right. Next up, we have got Sean, Noob Comics. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad, buddy. Yourself? All good?
Yes, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions, but they are very short and sweet. Not like yourself.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you're the same as myself. I started off where I was getting DC Comics and the general run, Marvel and things like that. But I went into sidetracked to indie comics. So I'm by far and away, for the same reason you did, it's just impossible to collect all the backlog.
Yeah.
But you mentioned about your favorite character in indie comics.
Yeah.
What is actually your favorite run from indie comics so far that you've read?
Okay. Do I just have to pick one?
Yes.
Man.
And I could be worse, but
you could be worse. You could be worse. I'm gonna feel like a bloody broken record, but okay. I will talk about it. Okay. So currently on 5 issues, it is 7 Secrets. Okay. Everyone loved issue 5. Everyone thought it was like this really really action-packed and gripping issue, but not for me so much. The first 4 issues were really good because they have that kind of emotional attachment to it, and that's I'm an emotional kind of guy. I'm a kind of like what's the word? Empathetic, yeah, empath kind of guy. I like the emotional side of things, and whilst issue 5 was awesome and it had its action-packed stuff, the emotional factor wasn't there for me. But other runs that I've loved and am loving at the moment. So you've got the Once and Future stuff. That's fantastic. Like, I haven't been reading the issues. I've been waiting for the volumes, and volume 2 arrived at my door yesterday, which was awesome. And are you laughing at the comments? What's going on there?
Yeah, Sandy's taking a mickey out of my height. Because I am 5 foot nothing. Well, not 5 foot nothing, but I'm not too far off it. So.
Oh, really? I thought you were taller. You seem taller.
5'7".
Yeah, that's great, mate. That's above average. It's fine.
Really not. But we digress because we know.
Yes, we digress. But yeah, I think that's So that's that. I'm going to go for 7 Secrets, but I'm also going to go for Once and Future. One reason for that being purely because of the variant covers that I got framed. They're downstairs. I don't have them here. And it was like it was the first lot of videos I did for this channel. Was like doing a little reading review of Once and Future Volume 1. And yeah, I think that'll be my answer. Yeah.
Leading into those, then obviously with those being your 2 favorite, would they be the ones you'd like to see translated into a TV show or / movie?
Yes, I would love them both to be translated into a TV show. I think 7 Secrets would. 7 Secrets would work as both like an animated show and a live action, but I think I'd prefer it to stick to the style, like the way it's been drawn now, like an animated kind of thing. And then Once and Future would be great as a live action kind of TV show. That would be fantastic. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. No worries. That's me done. Told you.
What? That's it.
That's it. Really simple.
Is there anything else?
Well, no, because I'm leaving James to roast the life out of you, so it's...
You're giving James time.
I mean, they're absolutely tearing me to shreds in the chat, so Yeah, I actually had to switch the camera onto a different camera because the other camera's not working the best at the minute. So
no.
that's so close. So it's different. So I've had to use a different one. So
Okay, well, great.
but I'll let you get on. Thank you very much, buddy. Take care.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye, mate. Well, that was short and sweet, but you know, it's good stuff to think about. What you know, everyone is asking me questions that I haven't thought to ask, and it's really nice to see. You know, I'm asking all the questions in the backstory, but it's nice to see how other people's brains tick into seeing what they would like to hear from people and what makes me tick. But yeah, so next up is a guy I really enjoy talking to because he is a diamond geezer and he's a great guy and love talking to him. And it is Geek Guy Comics. Charlie, how you doing?
I've actually changed my name. We're now Shelves Are Us.
The shelves are us.
I'm starting a hooky dealership where I'm going to sell knocked off shelves from the back of my freewheeler, if that's all right.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm
great.
going to get you to copyright them as well, mate, so that'll be good. How are you, mate? You all good?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
I've actually spoken to you for a couple of weeks, actually, like YouTube-y. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been pretty manic. So I'm just going to dive straight in. So everyone that I kind of know starts off with like the Marvel, the DC, the comics and everything like that. You jumped newly in and you started with the indie comics. Now, what drew you to the indie comics other than like the long, seriously backlogs of Marvel, DC and everything like that? What gained your interest to like peak it and think, yeah, I really want to get into comics and indie's going to be my way into it?
It's the original stories. You know, it's you know, some of the stories that we're reading at the moment from indie stuff, you can't put into Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some concepts that just won't fit. You know, they're great concepts, but they just won't work with, you know, Batman, Superman, Flash, Spider-Man, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just the originality of it. Just you know, the characters, the artwork, and it's just really fun to see what else people can think of.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's all I basically wanted to know, because obviously we speak loads when you first started, and obviously as Dino mentioned, you're kind of new to comics, considering like some of the vintage, the antique readers out there that have been around for years and years, like the Grey Man and stuff like that. You're kind of new to it, and you've jumped straight into it, and you've kind of been a breath of fresh air, because there's not that many indie readers out there, to be fair. And I think, as you mentioned, like Marvel and DC, Boom Studios, especially like Image and stuff like that, they're doing stuff that Marvel should be doing. So the fact that new readers like yourself are coming in and picking them up straight away instead of going to like the big boy players like Marvel and DC, I think it's a credit to the actual comic book community that they're putting out stuff that are engaging the readers like yourself. So that's wicked to know, mate.
I mean, like on, you know, with my channel and stuff, I'm hoping to reach as many people as I can, and hopefully some of them will be people who have never read comics, and you know, they may be people who just aren't interested in superhero comics. And you know, you get a lot of people, and they're like, oh, you know, my wife doesn't like comics, and I'm like, that's crap, mate. Your wife, like, there can't be a single comic that like your wife or your girlfriend or whatever won't like. There is something for everyone. But you know, a lot of people might not find that something in superhero comics. But because the industry is so saturated with the superhero, DC and Marvel, you know, films everywhere, TV shows everywhere, it's hard for these books to get that spotlight, to get that breathing space that they deserve, to be honest. And yeah, so you know, I'm hoping that I can show people what else there is that they can get into. And people are showing me as well, you know, like on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff. You know, it's just I think one now that is coming up a lot, and I haven't even looked into it. It's homesick pilots.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking at that, and I'm like, I don't know anything about it, but I'm just looking at the covers, and I'm like, right, people are interested in this book. Is it because of the covers? Is it because of the story? Is it the writer, the artist, the publisher? I don't know, but it makes me want to look into it. And the hype around these indie books, it needs, it needs to be there, I think, for people to be interested in it. And I think this year has been the year of the indie, and Boom Studios has nailed it. And you've got Image with Crossover. That's doing really well. I know it's only on 2 issues at the moment, but the hype behind it is fantastic. And it's going to take it really far. I know a lot of people were quite fussed on issue 2. I enjoyed it. But I know that Lee from Retro Cave, I don't think he was quite fussed. He was on the fence about dropping it. He's going to give it one more go. Shayna said something here. India's been smashing it lately, while the big 2 have been pushing out hot garbage, like cutting coke with baby's powder when you're when you're dealing. Eventually, your clients figure it out. Yeah, I mean, Shane isn't the biggest fan of DC at the moment with the future state stuff.
Not with the future state stuff. I'm totally with him on that, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives it credit when you've got We Only Find Them When They're Dead and 7 Secrets behind you on the wall. People only want to showcase stuff that they're really enjoying and they're really happy that they've got, and I think that shows it there. The We Only Find Them When They're Dead, the Dead God variants. Where are they? They're in this pile.
Yeah, issue 4 was the purple. Is it the purple cover?
That's the next one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got these are the Dead God variants, and when I've got the space, I'm going to be putting them up on the wall. So that'll be great. But yeah, it's just.
I've just got to say a big thank you to you, because you just mentioned that Coffin Hero shop at the foil variant, and I literally just went on before I came on, and they're selling the foil variant for $5.50 of Something Is Killing You. Picked it up. So nice one for that. Cheers, mate.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
I think it cost like $8.50 shipped. So that was nice one, mate. And it's going for like 16 quid, 17 quid on eBay. So nice one.
That's mad.
One more question. So we had Amy in the chat. Have you thought about what the answer to that question is? Because I want to know what it is.
I'm trying to think about it. I am, like, at the moment in my head, I think it's going to be a villain. I don't know why. I've got a bit of a soft spot for villains, because I honestly think that you can't have good hero stories without good villains. So I want to have a villain. Personality-wise, I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to give them a power, and it's going to be a really mental one. And I think I just want them to be able to materialize any kind of weapon that they want, but it can only be materialized out of the material that they're touching. So if they want to make a gun, but they're only near some wood, it's going to be a wooden gun, a wooden AK-47. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to go for. So Amy, if you're still watching, I'm going to go for a villain who can materialize weapons by only touching the material that they're by. Yeah.
That's definitely an indie story. 100%. You're indie through and through.
Thank you.
But mate, it's that was it. That was a great insight, and thank you for having me on and letting me know what drove you to be the personality behind the comic book community guy that you are. We love having you. It's always a pleasure talking to you. So thanks, I'll stop talking for a change and let someone else jump on.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. It was great seeing you. I'll see you soon, mate.
See you later, mate.
Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.
She's jumping on me again. What's their name going to be? Oh, it took me a while to think of that. God knows. I think let's go for like Manifesterio. Really, I don't know. That's what I'm going to go for. Manifesterio. Philip, I know you're here. I know you're watching. So if you do have time, I know you're busy, but if you do have time, do jump in. There's only one person left, but do jump in. But if you can't, just ask a question in the comments, and I'll answer it there. But next up, the last person I've got on my list right here is the guy that I've probably been most worried about. James, he's roasting. Turning up the AC. How you doing, mate?
Oh, hey Scott. Sorry, I was just reading a wee indie book there. Sorry, you caught me reading the indie book. Sorry.
I was expecting you to be like, "Oh, hello! I didn't know you'd noticed it." That's great. Secret Wars. Do you like that book? Or?
Yeah, I do.
Out
I
of 10?
do. It, like 7.5.
Great.
To
Yeah.
8.
Oh yeah.
It is tough to reread. I think when I was younger, it was easier to read, if that makes sense, because it was but it is harder. It's harder to read now with sort of a lot more cool indie books out there to compare it to.
Very cool indie books. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on
Okay.
the backstory. It's a shame it's not my backstory, but that's another issue.
I knew you were going to bring it up next time. Like, this isn't the end of backstory. It will be coming up, and it will be there.
So I've got a question. I know if you've sort of famously said that Flash is your favorite superhero because you have dreams of running really fast, and it sort of spurred you on to be a big fan of the Flash.
Yes.
Why not Sonic the Hedgehog? Serious question, Scott.
Gotta go fast. Isn't that his iconic thing? Probably because the lack of depth of character. Maybe I'm gonna go for that. Maybe for the I don't know, the childlike demeanor. It's not gritty enough for me. Yeah, is that it? Is that your question? Just why Flash? Why not?
Yeah, why not Sonic the Hedgehog? This is far better than the Flash. Probably runs faster too, I would imagine.
I don't know. I don't think
better hair.
Sonic through time. I don't know.
He's got cooler friends. He's got Tails. He's got Knuckles. He's got that hot little hedgehog that he hangs around with sometimes. What her name is, I don't know. Amy is she called, isn't she? I think that. I'm not sure. But yeah. No. Maybe we'll convert you. We'll get some Archie comics like the Hedgehog. I guess that's indie, and you can read some of them. Okay.
Well, they do have Sonic the Hedgehog comics, don't they? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep an eye out, mate. And maybe, who knows? You might just convert me. I'll be like, Flash, who? Sonic the Hedgehog's in.
Flash is like 1,000 miles back there. Sonic's in the forefront. I do have a list of other questions, but I'm afraid there might be. And let me just go down the list here and see. Shelf related. Got one. Sorry. Was it Starhead or Phillips Head? Oh no, that's shelf related too. Sorry, I thought they were superheroes. No. Another thing, then, if you had Flash's powers, if you had, was your favorite character, how would you utilize those powers? Would you like villains? Would you do it for bad?
So obviously I like to think that I would, use them for good reasons. If being able to save someone's life, they're about to be hit by a car or shot by a gun. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think realistically as a person. How would I use it? Just be, I don't know. I'd work really fast and make everyone think that I'm just the quickest, best guy in the room. Probably quite selfish of me. And
how many pieces of IKEA furniture do you think you could erect with the Flash powers?
With my Flash powers, all of them, every single one. Take me to IKEA. Everything will be erected.
Everything, yeah. It generally is when I get them Swedish meatballs in me. Yeah, and would you, if you had the Flash's power, would you sort of try to keep it on the down low and enter a few sort of Olympic events, not tell anybody, win a few races, and then maybe come out. Yeah,
give Usain Bolt a run for his money.
Just come out and say, "I've cheated. This is my superpowers." But
well, it's hard, isn't it? Yes, I could do that, but as a person myself, I really struggle with being able to lie. So I think it would eat me up. I think it would really, really wreck me if I kept that in this huge lie. I'd be happy You know, I would tell the people that I trust that I have this power. And sorry, I think short. Yeah, Anubis just catching up there about the erecting in IKEA.
He's old. He doesn't get it. He's not down with us kids. Stop.
Yeah, I think like from a personal standpoint, I think I would just tell the people I trust. I couldn't use them for bad. Because it would just eat me inside. It would eat me up, like, yeah.
It's like in Smallville, in the TV show Smallville, I think sort of Clark Kent stayed away from the football, playing American football, didn't he, because of his powers? And
yeah,
that was very commendable. I would have just gone, started running back and just knocked the crap out of everybody. I was thinking as well about your superhero villain that you have powers and stuff, or your Manifestario.
Yeah.
Great name. Almost a portmanteau, but not quite. If using those powers and you were to manifest shelves, what type of wood would be your preference? You know, I'm sort of a mahogany man myself, but
I really like, I think I'm gonna have to go the same as you, to be honest. Really aged well, varnished mahogany wood, but not just like cut straight. You get those tables that were proper like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get one of those, but obviously one side would be flat so we can go up against the wall, and then the rest of it would be quite jagged up the wall. I think that'd be quite nice.
Probably a health hazard, but yeah, sounds good.
Depends how tall you are.
Get rid of them if you've got kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's me. That's I'm not gonna roast you too bad. That's it.
To be honest, you give me a run for my money there with the Sonic question.
Yeah, why not Sonic? I still don't think you've answered it correctly, but
I haven't. I don't think I have, mate. I don't think I ever will. Like,
we'll get
my
you on
favorite
then.
colors. My favorite color's red. Will that do? No.
Boring color.
I like his mask. Can run really fast.
Do you like the little things he has coming out of his head? Do we like lightning bolts?
Yeah, they're like integrated earpieces. They're quite cool.
Oh, is that what they are? Is that?
Yeah.
Is that?
Well, sometimes, some variations of it and stuff. Yeah, in the TV show they do it like that.
But I've nothing else for you, Scott.
Nothing else. That's it.
No, I sort of didn't want to do too many shelf-based questions or IKEA or Pythagoras theorem or pie. I mean, when you said about questions about pie, did you just mean like edible pie?
Yes, my favorite
or were you
food.
talking about 3.666 repeating or whatever?
Yeah, ask me how much can I remember it to? No, my favorite food is pie and pasties and stuff like that. So I'm always happy to talk about pies and pasties. I love a Greg's every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you prefer savory pie over sweet pie?
Yes.
That's the wrong one.
My favorite pie, it's a pie that I like to make myself, is a chicken and tarragon pie. Oh, mate, stunning.
Tarragon, isn't that a character from Game of Thrones? Lord of the Rings.
That's where I got it from. Yeah, but yeah, I don't want to digress too much into pies. But
yes,
keep
that for Scott's Pie. Scott's Pie channel coming in 2021.
It's already a channel, mate. It's like 5 years old. Just look for it. Yeah,
I'm not going to Google Scott's Pie. Not today. Maybe after the wife goes to bed.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me. For once, appreciate it.
I'm surprised you didn't want to gloat about winning the quiz. But that's.
I've already made about 5 videos discussing that, so they will launch on my channel.
Yeah,
that's a comic deal for everyone watching. Check it out.
I'm going to bring out pies and pasties to compete with panels and pints.
You know what? There's a broader base for fan base for pies, I would say. So you'd probably
number one fan right
do
here.
well. Yeah, bring on Greg himself.
Great. Yeah. Oh yeah. Brilliant. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
no, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I missed the shelves. You really need to get back into that shelf room and get them behind you. But
I know there are plans to do this room up. There will be shelves everywhere. I promise.
Yeah,
I promise. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll,
no problem.
I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Just looking through the comments now, and I think I've got one more question from Lee. Where was it? Yes. Okay. Got a question for you, Scott. We all know that Flash is your favorite hero. I don't know why you know that. I don't think I mentioned it anywhere at all. But who is your favorite villain and why? I've said this before on, I think it was with my backstory with Dean, I think. And it was Captain Cold. Purely because he's not just a villain, you know. He's like the leader of the rogues, but he still has a code, you know what I mean? Like, they're villains, they like to do bad things, like to rob and cause mayhem everywhere in the city, but he has the code of like no killing, and he loves his family. And so he's a bad guy, and he hates the Flash, and he wants to beat the Flash, but he has these, human moments, and it's really nice to see. And he is able to put his ego aside when things become too much. Like, I think New 52 Flash Volume 3, I think it was, Guerrilla Warfare, where Grodd basically takes over the city, and we've got another person joined in the stream. That's lucky. So I think Flash. No, was it? So Captain Cold and the Rogues, they work together to beat Grodd. And that's really good. I think he's able to put his ego aside, and he does understand when he does hear the call of the greater good sometimes. And I really appreciate that, and I like Captain Cold. Plus, I really think he's a good, I know Reverse Flash is a good opposite villain for the Flash, but I think I do think that Captain Cold is a really good big enemy as an opposite, because Cold can slow people down and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool as well. But enough of that. Thank you, Liam, for asking that question. And I do have one final man to add into this stream. It is Philip from Comics, Game and Figures. Looking very chill there, mate. How you doing?
Chilled. I am shattered. My head is fried.
Yeah.
If I'm being brutally honest, I didn't really have a question. I just didn't want us to the end. I want us to go on to 1 o'clock in the morning, like you said. So,
how are you doing?
How you doing? Do you come here often?
About once a week. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
but once a week for an hour. Yeah. You?
Never been here before, Molly.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, you have. You've been on Backstory before.
Oh, yes, I have. Yes. Yeah.
You've forgotten. Philip.
What? No, it's. I want to redo it again, because, to be honest, I was very nervous. It was the first thing I ever done on YouTube, like live.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Do you feel more confident now, and you'd like a revisiting of your Backstory?
I want a reboot.
A reboot, Backstory reboot.
A reboot.
Cool,
Backstory.
man. Well, I'm not going to do it now. If that's what you're like egging towards.
Can I just do it after this?
Why?
Right. Well, I'll think of a question on the spot.
Okay.
I've missed a few from earlier on because kids are a nightmare. But you have like less than 50 comic books in your collection, isn't that right?
I think we're just over that now.
Oh.
I honestly do think, like, I must be either just on it, just around it. Let me just bear with. Right. Okay, so I don't know how many this is. How many is that?
More than 50.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
I've made 2 questions.
Okay.
Are you going to buy a short box to house them?
I want to, but they won't fit. They won't fit there. If someone can find me a 30 by 30 by 30 short box,
really useful box. Do the really useful boxes, the brand?
no.
They fit in the collect. I'll send you a link.
Okay, that's cool.
So quite often, like whenever people are chatting about comics, like myself and Dean and Shane, who has like 13,000 books in his collection,
1
do
million.
you see yourself getting to that stage? Like, is this the start of it, or will there come a point where you may have to sell some stuff purely because you don't want to have that big of a collection?
I know Amy's in watching this now, so no. But like I don't like clutter. I don't like like I've bought those shelves there to be able to have that space. So when they're full, and I will start looking to ship stuff out. Like I've got volumes now, like the whole Scooby Apocalypse run. That's done. I'm probably not going to read that again, and I'm happy to shift it on. I'm just waiting for someone to put on like a Facebook thing, being like, "Has anyone got these?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I have them." You know what I mean? I'm not one to clutter. I'm happy to move things on. I'll keep what I want to keep, and hopefully I can just kind of decrease, but keep things happy, and kind of condense it down to a really good concentrated pile of awesome comics.
Do you think that you would develop that fear that book that you're selling for £1 or £2 might become a TV show and might be worth £100 plus?
Yeah,
and then that way you just then are hoarding everything.
Yeah, I mean anything from Boom, I'll probably keep, but my heavy books, they'll probably go. I'm happy to give them away. I mean, Erratic, that's only going to be 5 issues long.
Say that again.
Erratic. Humble Bundle. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you missed that.
That's Brandy.
Yes, Comic Deal. I do need to build some. Oh no, wrong one. Where was it? I do need to build some short box appropriate shelves. But that's good. I mean, I have boxes that fit those shelves, but I don't have like if I put the comics in them, they just like flop over, or so at the moment they're kind of like lying down inside the box and they're just piling up like that. That's what's happening at the moment. But yeah. Have you seen? You're not looking at the comments, are you?
No.
People are suggesting names for you, for your own show. Let's see, where did it start? So Phil is looking. So yeah, I think Dean starts it. Phil's looking super chill, and Phil needs his new live show, Chilling with Phil. Phil and Chill.
See before
Phil is my new favorite thing.
See, before I started YouTube, though, I had actually fully planned on having like.
Go on.
I had fully planned having like not wrestling, but like an alter ego, and I wanted to present my show wearing like I call it a house coat, but they're called like dressing gowns or whatever. But like a kind of like what's that boy who used to do all the young playbook or Hugh Hefner style thing, house coat, cigar, whiskey, and talk about books. That was my plan. But
I can just imagine you there, just being like, "Oh, hello. I didn't see you there, but I've been reading Flashpoint."
That's kind of what I was thinking, how I got like my own wee kind of voice and kind of be like an actor. But essentially, I have no balls. I was too scared to do that.
Oh, mate. Well, now you've got the confidence. You can go ahead and do that. That'll be great. I mean, there's 10 people watching now. I'm sure they'd all agree.
It was 8, and then I jumped on, so it went up by 2. So Well, I'll end with one final question, and then I'll let you go because my arm's quite sore holding this phone up as well.
What phone have you got? A Nokia 3210? Oh, jeez.
With this whole comic book community, which we're all part of, and it's great. Who is your best buddy out of them all, and why is it me?
I'll admit, Phil, I do talk to you the most. I don't want that to hurt anyone else's feelings. But
I do. I'm sorry.
You're also the sassiest man I've ever met, and that's saying something. Saying that we know Shane.
No one has ever referred to me as sassy, but I love it. Sassy
I
Phil.
love it. Yeah,
Sassy
good.
Phil's chill. There we go.
Sassy Phil. I want that. Netflix and Phil. My heart, Phil, go on. Fill in the blankets. I, Phil, always love you. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Yeah, what a dick.
It's brilliant. Well, you've got millions of ideas for a show for you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
thank you very much.
Yeah, no, but I can't believe he called me Philip earlier on, hence why I've called myself Philip here.
Yeah, I mean, I do
Only
enjoy
my mummy calls me Philip.
by their full name. I mean, yeah, you know, Lee, my friend Lee, he calls himself Lee, but you know, if I'm mad at him, I'll be like, Liam, how dare you? It's just a shame that Amy's name is just Amy, and I can't say that, you know, say that longer. Or my name, you know, just Scott. But yeah.
Scott Shelf, not one word.
Yeah, Shelf is my middle name, actually.
Oh, I thought it was just like a part of Scott, like Scott Shelf.
Scott Shelf.
So
yeah. No, sorry.
Well, I will love you and leave you. Pleasure being on. Sorry
Yes,
I'm late, but
it's okay. It's nice to see you. Thanks for showing up.
yeah, it was a kid's birthday today, so I've been rather busy and I'm now shattered. And I'll see you tomorrow when we're talking books.
Talking books, talking the nerd herd. Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay, thank you very much.
You take care. See you later.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. That's it. I think that's it. We've been nearly an hour and 20 minutes. Thanks for everyone who's stuck in and joined in the comments. It's been a lot of fun having you here and asking me, oh my God, these are still coming in. Fill me up, Buttercup. I mean, so weird. But, you know, yeah. Everyone, thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming on, asking me questions. Thanks for asking me questions in the comments. It's been great seeing you all. It's been great chatting to you all. And don't forget that the Nerd Herd is on tomorrow on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about Klaus. Really, really cool book by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora on the art. That's been awesome. And then on Thursday, I will be appearing on with James, Comic Deal, for a chat about crossover issue 2. So go ahead and go over to Comic Deal's channel on Thursday. I think it's 9:30. Sorry if I got that wrong. But yeah, that's been great. I will not be doing any more videos for the rest of the year on my own channel until next year, but I will be appearing on the Nerd Herd, and I think I'll be doing something with Charlie and some little bits here and there. So do keep an eye. I will be appearing on your YouTubes now and again. But yeah, do keep an eye out for Comic Airwaves next month. I'm aiming for it to be at the end of next month, end of January, and it's going to be fun. Everyone's going to get involved, and it's just going to be great. And it's going to be your show. Okay, I want it to be a show where you guys can suggest stuff, say what you like, say what you don't like, and we will build the show around you to give it a show that you want to keep coming back to and keep watching and feel engaged and feel a part of. And that's what I want. So thank you very much. I will see you guys soon. I'll see you guys in the future on other people's channels and everything. And it's been great talking to you all. So thank you very much. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.